Texas Tech quarterback Brandon Sorsby has been granted a temporary injunction against the NCAA that will allow him to play the 2026 season. Sorsby received a decision from Judge Ken Curry Monday morning, 1 week after his hearing. Part of the decision, Sorsby will sit out the first 2 games of the seasons. However, he will be able to return for the Big 12 opener on September 18th against Houston. This comes after he has been caught gambling hundreds, even thousands of times on his own team. What do you guys think about that?
Peter?
I have more to say than you do.
It's fine. Okay. I just want this to be known right now that no matter how this discussion with you and I goes, I just want it to be known that gambling in general by athletes, once it's allowed, will be the end of sport. There you go. It will become wrestling.
You're not going to... Okay, I'd say it's already wrestling.
Really?
You don't have a hard opinion on Brendan Sorsby?
I don't have it. I'm all for forgiveness. I'm all for all these things. But it just, to me, strikes me as, hey, my lawyer's richer than your lawyer. That's what this feels like to me. Because no one in their right mind would allow a known gambler an opportunity. He should just go into the NFL. And he's good enough to play in the NFL, not necessarily this year, but he could develop into a good NFL quarterback. I don't have any problem with that. But my problem is like, it's all documented. And gambling should not be allowed in the NFL. It shouldn't be allowed in the NBA, NHL. It just should not be allowed.
You're saying that players and team personnel should not be allowed to gamble?
No.
Okay.
I mean, this happened years ago. Pete Rose. I mean, the precedent's already been set.
It's been happening since the Romans started running races against each other.
Yeah.
But fixing a sport, that you can fix the sport, and I don't believe him. Then if you can do that, then it's,
Well, technically, I think it is already illegal.
Do you guys know the name Terry Rozier?
Yes.
You know what happened to him?
Yes.
So he got caught gambling. NBA player. Makes $25 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to get paid $100,000 for the game. Does anybody want to guess what his game check is?
more.
$250,000.
Mm-hmm.
So he was doing it for just a little
Yep.
chump change, basically.
Yep.
All right, so let's go all the way back to the impetus of this. Number one,
The Romans.
They were gambling on who would win the 100-meter dash in the first ever competition.
For sure they were.
I put some coins down.
And I'm okay with that, but it's not like, but whoever lost the 100-meter dash didn't bet against himself and fix the
Well,
fix
to my
the
knowledge,
race.
Sorsby didn't bet against his teams
It
either.
does not matter.
No, I'm not
That's
saying
Pandora's box.
I'm not saying it doesn't.
Pandora's box.
I have several notes to make here. Number one, Brendan Sorsby is a gambling addict who should be in rehab.
Yes.
His gambling, there were thousands upon thousands of bets for stupid stuff. I have an easier time understanding if somebody is gambling a lot of money, because the end goal is to make money, right? If you're an athlete and you know something about your team or the other team because you have friends on the other team, you know something about an injury or you know something about a game plan, and you stand to make a lot of money, at least I understand that because you're going to make a lot of money. To my knowledge, Brendan Sorsby was not gambling to make money. He was literally just gambling like a hamster hits its food pellet to just be like, he was gambling on crazy
like
stuff.
Sports I don't even understand. And
Correct. So you're right. He should be in
rehab for one.
Yep.
he did go, by the way.
He should stay there.
Well, this is all after he got caught.
He should stay there. Number two, I find it utterly ridiculous and a sad state on athletic commentary when lawyers, judges, Congress, and the President of the United States are involved in extracurricular athletics.
I'm with you.
Judges and lawyers should not be a part of this. I also blame the NCAA, who has allowed it to get to this point by profiting off the backs of ostensibly unpaid labor. The NCAA has done this to itself over a century.
I'm with you on that
because
one.
it refuses to classify its athletes as employees by which they could form a union and collectively bargain where some of this could be shaken out. Yep. My last point. This has been brought to you by FanDuel. This has been brought to you by DraftKings. This has been brought to you by ESPN Bet. This is brought to you by Caesars. This is bullshit from the NCAA. This is terrible. Oh, my gosh. Sports are falling apart. I can't believe this kid would do this. It's been brought to you by FanDuel. What are we doing?
Yeah, they're taking the money. These teams these schools are taking the money. And now you expect them not to bet on it. I just don't think that professional athletes, and I believe college athletes are now professional athletes.
Who should be allowed to collectively bargain.
I'm down with that too.
Which makes them employees.
But they should not be able to bet. I'm only talking about the betting and not the.
No, I don't think they should either.
I don't think anybody's arguing that they should.
I don't think they should be allowed to gamble on sports at all.
Yeah.
It's not going to stop them. They'll use proxies.
No, it's just totally fine. Use your proxies, but don't.
No.
Do it
Why would you let them use proxies?
Meaning you have your buddy make the bet for you, right?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't want that either.
Well, it's really hard to govern against that.
I'm also convinced that
because when you get an online account, for example, you have to put in your social security number to get that account in some way, shape, or form. Now you're on the hook for the bet, and it's trackable.
But fronting
if you're using a legal sports book.
But fronting
if you're using a sports book.
Yeah.
But fronting the money to somebody else to place those bets for you because you have intimate knowledge of the team because you're in the locker room, that's just as bad.
It's totally is just as bad.
There you go.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's way harder to track, is what I'm saying. And they caught Boston College kids for doing that years ago.
The City College in New York, they were point shaving.
Yeah.
I feel bad for those kids, though.
Yeah.
Because they were approached by the mafia that was like, okay, well, we're going to kill you if you don't do this.
I don't know the mafia, right?
You're going to not hold up your end of the bargain with those guys?
It's rough.
Brought to you by FanDuel.
Brought to you by FanDuel. What would we take FanDuel as a sponsor? Come on,
it's coming.
We totally would.
It's coming.
How about
I wouldn't, but
there are lines, there are betting lines and odds and over-unders and all that shit for Texas high school football stuff for Texas high school football.
What about
it already exists.
Like a securities exchange.
Don't get me started on Polymarket and Kalshi. That's such garbage.
WHL provided by
such
garbage.
Kalshi.
No
garbage.
No Kalshi.
Polymarket.
Garbage.
You know what I will say yes to? Some good old-fashioned hockey content.
You need to stay up out the streets if you can't take the heat. You need to stay up out the streets if you can't take the heat. Cause it get cold like Minnesota. Cold like Minnesota.
Welcome to the Minnesotan Pod. This is the spring edition. Tony Scott, Peter Odney, Ryan Maney in the house helping us get this produced. How you doing today, Peter?
Fired up now that we just talked about
Brendan
Sorsby. Yes, because I get so frustrated with the sports ecosystem.
Yeah, it's a
just
little
in general.
And
tricky. Gambling on high school hockey is on its way.
I challenge
somebody's going to do it.
I would challenge people to doing a sports book on high school boys or girls high school hockey games. And I'll say this because I know I have a person who's friends of friends of friends who does take bets for a living, and they tried to run a book, and someone sent it to me, the state tournament odds. Peter, we could have made thousands of dollars on betting.
That's gross. If you're gambling on high school athletes,
no, I'm just saying it would have been
person.
The person who's running the lines had no idea what they were doing, and it would have been easy pickings.
I have no doubt that it would have been easy pickings. I reiterate that.
I wouldn't participate in that, but I'm saying it would be pretty easy to win wagers on high school.
And when I say gamble, I'm not talking about I'll put $5 on STA. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you're actually looking at betting lines and over-unders and you are trying to profit by wagering on the athletic exploits of 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds, you're gross. And you should find another outlet.
No, there's no doubt.
Talk to your priest. Talk to your pastor.
When I saw this, I was like, wow.
Go find something else to do.
First thought was, this is not right. And second thought was, whoever put these out doesn't know what they're doing. You'd have to be really, really knowledgeable in order to pull off a decent betting lines for high school sports.
I think you would too.
And I wouldn't know anything to do with that. No, thank you.
I don't like gambling in general.
Nor do I. It kind of bugs me, to be honest.
I don't like
with you.
gambling.
Maybe that's why this topic kind of spurred me to bring it on as a question, because it's like, what is the point? It just seems pointless.
I only do it if I go to a game in person.
I would do that. Like Jake did that in Vegas. They all bet on a certain player. Right. I mean, that was kind of. I'd be like, that'd be kind of cool.
It's almost just like doubling down on your happiness. You know, it's like when we went to that playoff game last year.
Yeah.
I think I put $100 on us versus Vegas, and it won.
And it won. Yeah. I suppose.
Not thousands. No, maybe, I'm not.
I could see that, but
in
general, I'm not doing it.
In terms of generating tax revenue, I'm not opposed to it. What I am opposed to, and I think we're seeing this come to a head, is the fact that I can gamble from this thing. You used to have to go to a casino or go to a bookie and place cash. Yeah. There was a level of friction there that stopped a lot of compulsive teenagers.
Still is in Vegas, right? Pretty sure in Vegas.
That you can't use your phone?
I'm pretty sure. Well, I think you have to like go to, I should look up to clarify, but I went to Vegas one time and I tried to just open up the app and they're like, oh, you actually have to go to the property first and register your account and everything.
Right.
So the fact that you can do it from your phone is gross to me.
Yeah, I do too.
Icky.
All right, let's get on with some hockey talk.
I say that as somebody who gambled on the NFL draft.
You did?
Yeah, a bunch of buddies and I got together, and it was
had a
stupid.
pool.
We had a stack of $5 bills, and we would bet on like it's going to be a running back or a wide receiver.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Or this player will be from an SEC team, or this. But the grand total winnings, I think, were like $10.
That's kind of like the. You ever played the cup game at a baseball game before?
The cup game?
Cup game?
Probably.
It's so fun where you put $1 in the cup and then then someone throws out a bet, you know. It literally, the cup game that I first played was, will the ball between innings end up on the mound or in the grass, dirt or grass, for the next inning. And now I don't know if they even do that anymore. I think the ball just goes away now, and then they put a new ball out.
I don't even know what they. I don't know what they do with it.
It was so you'd just be sitting there if you had the cup. I don't know. It was grass or dirt or something like that. That was kind of fun.
Grass or dirt.
Innocent
times.
All right, let's get to it. Stars of tomorrow. That was our last cutoff. Was the state youth tournament. Now we're on to the Stars of tomorrow. 11 levels. 6 boys, 5 girls. Mm-hmm. Did you do 5 games that day? Broadcasts?
I can't remember exactly how
many.
I feel
like I did 6 and you did 5.
I know I was at Eden Prairie though.
Or maybe we skipped a level and maybe we didn't broadcast them all. Since all the stats have been removed from our website.
That wouldn't tell us if we broadcast them or not.
I remember is you could look at the championship game was in Ring 2 because we've done that before. Where we didn't.
All I remember is I did the games at Eden Prairie.
Yeah, in Rink 1.
Yes.
So what do you got? I think you have for us
I have the champions
and
the most valuable
MVPs.
players.
Let's hear them. 11 of them.
The boys. We'll start with the boys. 2013's South over West 4-1.
West.
The MVP was the odd goaltender.
Really?
Braden Hansen from Team South. Yep. 2014 East over West 6-5 in overtime. The most valuable player for East was Easton Dornbach.
Yep.
2015's West over East 6-2. The MVP Griffin O'Leary from Team West. 2016's West over South 3-2. Most valuable player Charlie Barrett.
Yes.
2017's East over South 11-7. And the MVP was Xavier Roberts.
Yes.
From Team East.
I think he had 7 goals in the championship game.
He had a lot.
I broadcasted that one.
In a game where there was 18 goals, I would venture to guess that he had a chunk of them.
Double hat trick, at least.
2018's South over West 5-2, and the most valuable player was Braden Titus from Team South.
Okay, all right. And the girls.
The girls, 2013 South over West 4-1. The MVP
South
there
is South MVP. Don't tell me. Is it easy?
Yeah.
Has she won it before? Probably.
Yes.
Vivian Vogel.
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was
Correct.
easy or not. If it was easy, that was going to be the answer.
Correct.
She won it last year too.
2014 South over North 5-1 MVP.
Oh! Ari Sorardini.
Yes.
I
Bingo.
wanted to talk about this because poor North, they outplayed, out-hustled, out-hockeyed the South in this tournament, in this game.
And still lost 5-1.
Ari just did Ari things, just went crazy.
Ari things. 2015's West over East 3-0. The MVP in that one was Olivia Costa. I remember distinctly
You must have broadcasted that one.
Picking an MVP for this game was tough. Defensive battles are a little harder to choose an MVP.
Yes.
2016's West over East 9-3. The MVP in that one was Lucy Lewicki.
You did that one.
Yep. And 2017 East.
I have a
South.
good Lucy Lewicki story. I coached her this past weekend for Team Minnesota.
Okay.
And I'm not exaggerating. I thought she broke her arm because she was in such pain. And then her mom comes over and talks to her, calms her down, checks the wrist, whatever. She goes out next shift and scores. I call it the immaculate goal.
Oh.
She's one tough customer, and you picked a good MVP because she's
I'm glad it
definitely has
wasn't
found
broken.
her way around the rink. What's that?
I know it wasn't broken.
I was seriously worried. I'm like, she's not going to go to Park City now. She's not going to be able to play, and she's in a lot of pain. And the next thing I know, she's back out there playing.
2017's the most valuable player was Rowan Allstat.
Oof,
defender.
She's so good.
East 2, South 1 in the 2017 championships.
Yeah.
I do have a couple of notes here.
Let's hear it.
North goes titleless in boys and girls.
They went titleless in girls selects too.
Yep.
Because I broadcasted all those games. I can't say that for the boys.
They went
Selects
titleless
in boys selects too. We got to fix that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there's a lot of good hockey. I think you just wrote an article a couple weeks ago about how the North is unbelievable.
In the 2010 age group.
Yes.
I think the northern communities are just more subject to cycles of talent just based on population density than the metro area is.
Yeah, I'm going to give an excuse.
Okay.
It's a really lame excuse, but I'm going to give one anyway. I think part of the reason is there's like 2 or 3, and I'm not going to name them. There's 2 or 3 AAA organizations, and a lot of times the coaches of those organizations will bring in lots of their guys or their girls from their organizations, and sometimes they aren't bringing in the best players. And I'm speaking that's globally for all 4 tournaments, boys and girls, Stars of Tomorrow, and Selects. You're going to see a little bit of that. It gets more watered down in the – whereas the South coach or the East coach or the West coach in the Metro, like – we can't get away with that because of the disbursement of, some of the kids on the Blades and the Machine or SDP or Lakers are distributed amongst the other 3 metro regions.
Well, yeah.
I think I'm not saying it's right, but I think you can solve it. I'm working on a solution that will solve it for the North this year. So
I think it's also a matter of just being close enough. Minnetonka knows
That's
who's good
true.
from Edina. Edina knows who's good from Minnetonka.
and you don't have to pay to spend another night.
They
in
see each
hotel.
other all the time.
Hotels too. It's a little more expensive.
And some of the best athletes are playing on other teams.
Right.
Where, we have a baseball tournament in Brainerd. We can't just hop down to Eden Prairie, whereas we have a softball tournament in Eden Prairie. We can just go from the field to the rink. Yeah.
Yeah, no question about it. Yeah. All right. Well, that's good. I love the uniforms this year. I got a few complaints about the red and the blues being too close. We'll fix that for next year.
We should
I'm
also
excited.
put numbers on the front, if I can make one request from a staffing perspective.
I do like that. All right, keep going. What do
Selects.
we got? Selects.
We're on to selects here.
Do you have some info on Selects? 'Cause I broadcasted Selects girls.
Yeah.
Jeff Papist did boys, right?
I have a couple of notes on the boys.
You're not going to get many notes
I
on
have
individual
zero
players.
individual player
Because
notes. It just doesn't exist.
I went and looked before the show. I went and looked
It's not
to see if I could see a trend or see anything. I could barely figure out who was in the championship games via the game
I had to
sheet.
go to 3 different pages per age group to figure out who was in the championship games.
Yes.
So what I've got for you, though, is that East won 4 out of 5 age groups on the boys side and played in all 5 championship games.
And South, for the girls, was in every championship game, all 5 of them, and they won like probably 4 of them or 3 or 4 of them. I'm just looking at my notes here. I got some cool notes here. So 2013, 2016, North had a nice team. There's a girl. She played for our team in Minnesota. Her name is Hattie Moan. Tall, great hands, great vision, very unselfish player. And then a Landry Brooks, another girl from Duluth. So we talked about this, I think, at the end of the season, that there's been a resurgence of girls hockey in Duluth, Minnesota. And I got to see firsthand Hattie Moan, Landry Brooks, Maddie Miller. They're playing for our team, Minnesota. It's fun to see that. We got to go back all the way to 2006 birth year, and you have, with Ilsa and
she in 06. Izzy Fairchild.
Izzy Fairchild. Those were the best Duluth players, girls that I've seen in a long time.
Oh, we'll see. I mean, I think some of the best talent in Duluth has migrated to Proctor Hermantown in years past. We'll see if they stick around.
Yep, there's
with,
plenty of good
Duluth
players
Public.
in that area. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I saw a few nice players on North Shore this year at their section final. Cloquet Esco's got some good players. Should be fun.
Should be fun
to see that.
Should be fun.
All right, moving on to the SDP Invite. We were not the hosts, but we were the, how do you say it? We were the administrators. Administrators for the SDP Invite. How many rinks were we in? Three? Prior Lake, Eden Prairie, Maple Grove?
Yep.
Okay, and where did you end up broadcasting?
Prior Lake.
Was this the old, the young, the...
I ended up doing the 2013s and the 2017s.
Oh, so it wasn't bracketed that way. Okay.
No. Yeah, 2013s and 2017s.
Okay.
Out of the 2012s, Blade Silver over Bad Habit, which is just rolls off the tongue, 4-3.
Perfect.
The MVP, Miles Marouk from Blade Silver. 2013s, I got to broadcast this game, Blades Maroon over SDP Elite, 4-3 in overtime. The MVP was Croy Bostrom. My one note from here, Easton Wendorf tied the game for SDP with 6 seconds remaining in regulation, and Bodie Fuller ended it in overtime for the Blades.
Sweet. 2014's
Machine Orange over Thieves, 4-2. The MVP, Owen Cady in that one. 2015's Thieves, 37s over HHD, 6-2. The MVP, Brecken Hack.
He's a good player. He's a Grand Rapids kid. I saw him play in Nashville when I was down there with the girls program coaching in the girls version of Nashville, and there was a boys version. And in the 2015 division, there were 3 teams of Minnesota, mostly Minnesota players. The Brick 16 team, the 2015 Blades team with Griffin O'Leary and that crew that played in the Brick last year. And then this collection of just ragtag all-stars. They were so good. It was really mostly northern Minnesota kids. There were some Thieves kids. There were some Blades kids. There was there was a few Brick kids from the year before. They beat the Brick team in pool play, but then lost in the playoffs. So it was fun. I met Mr. Hack, and I ran into a lot of. And the funny thing is, I've been down there. You've been down there. When you were in Nashville, the year you were in Nashville, do you recall seeing any boys action?
Yeah.
Okay, because I remember last year with the 13s, I ran into Louis Krenzen. Just happened. But that was the only. Didn't see a game. Didn't see any. This year, all I saw were those 3 teams. They were before us or after us, so I saw all of those. Had I known I had that much access, I probably should have just covered the tournament because I was there and it was right in front of me. But I was like, I kind of already let the cat out of the bag after I can't really catch it now. And it's the semifinals, and I have all Minnesota teams in the semifinals.
I covered a championship game for the Blades.
Yeah, because they were probably right before your game.
Oh, my flight wasn't until 9 p.m. and the game was at 3, so I figured, what else am I going to do?
Sure.
I got to check out at my hotel at 11.
So that was that.
Where else am I going to go?
That Marouk crew, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good team.
Yes.
Good team.
2016's SDP over True North, 6-5 in overtime. Finn Leeser, the MVP there.
Oh, he's such a good player. I think he's on that Brick team.
I would have to look at the Brick roster.
I think he is. He is really good.
2017's SDP Blue over SDP Elite, 10-7. This was an interesting game, mainly because there were 2 SDP teams going against each other, and there were 17 goals scored in the championship game. Yeah, Dawson Dahl, the most valuable player in that one.
Going back to Lisa really quick, I reffed that he was on the Wayzata Squirt A team last year, and I was like, I remember coming in after the first period and going, who is this kid? And whatever number he was, goes, Finn Leeser. I'm like, he's really good.
I want to say he has a high number, like 87 or something.
For the Blades, maybe he does. But I think he was, your Wayzata 17 or
1 to 17 and a 30 for the goalie.
Yeah, something like that. So, all right, let's get on with the Orion Cup. I think that's
Orion
the
Cup.
last of our youth items as we move towards the high school level. Orion Cup was in Calgary this year. I believe it'll be in Calgary forever. It's such a great place to visit, considering you have Banff, Lake Louise, all the great things you can do outside of an hour outside of Calgary. And there's great rinks in Calgary, great support staff in Calgary. And
the Flames are in Calgary.
And, yeah, hopefully someday I'll see a Flames playoff game. That would be amazing. I was there 2 years ago, and the Oilers were making one of their runs to the Stanley Cup Finals, and a few of the families drove up to Edmonton for a Stanley Cup playoff game.
Wow. How about that?
It's like 3-hour drive.
Yeah, I can't get that excited for the Oilers. I can get excited for the Flames, though.
And here's an interesting take, totally unrelated to youth hockey, but there's a lot of people, because, again, they're doing well. The Oilers are doing well, and the Flames haven't been very good for a while. There's a lot of people wearing Edmonton stuff in Calgary.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Flames not doing well for a while. They went to the Stanley Cup Finals in 2004.
That's 22 years.
You bite your tongue.
Okay. But I got this feeling when I would mention, like, hey, you're wearing an Oilers hoodie and we're in Calgary. Is this okay? Is everything okay?
Mm-hmm.
And basically calling them out on it a little bit, just having some fun. And then I kind of got this feeling, this Packer Viking vibe. There's Oiler fans amongst us in Calgary, just like there's Packer fans amongst us here in Minnesota. So
gross. Although I do love the nickname Oilers.
It's a good name.
Great name.
Great name. Okay, let's talk a little bit about it. There was 3 levels. So at the Orion Cup, there was 2012, 2013. 4 levels, 14 and 15 levels. Sorry. 2012s, I got it written down here.
Yeah.
Manitoba wins it. They win in overtime. I thought that was the best team. I'm looking forward to seeing that team in NAIF to see how they measure up against new competition.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. In the 2013s, Team Minnesota won that one. We had a broken arm.
A legitimate broken arm.
Broken arm, and that one, Harper Peel from White Bear Lake. Wow, she's a good player. She had a broken arm for 2 days and didn't know it was broken until she got home.
She just thought it hurt really badly.
That is tough. I'll call that tough. 2014's West Can Sask beats West Can. Our team 14 team had to play West Can twice in one day. We beat them in the pool play and then played them in the semis and then lost in the semis. And then the 15s, West Can won that one. A lot of fun just seeing different. No, Sask won that one. Huskies.
Husky Prospects.
Won
I think they kind of ran the table.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Division.
And they're actually that team, that Husky Prospect team, will be in NAIF next year. So
cool.
I'm excited. So
very cool.
All right, on to some high school hockey.
You don't want to hear any leading scorers from?
Oh, you got them?
Right? I have the entire championship.
Let's hear them.
Pulled up here. In that U14 level, that would be the 2012s. Fun little disconnect there between Americans and Canadians with labeling team ages.
Yeah, well, that was a scheduling thing.
Canadians like the U14.
Right.
Whereas Americans go by birth here. Adley Harrison and Kennedy Vokey, the 2 players from Manitoba All-Stars, 12 points for Harrison, 11 for Vokey. I got a little curious, so I looked up Vokey to see if there's a connection to Vokey wedges.
That's all I think about is my Vokey wedges.
Vokey wedges are Canadian, so I got really excited, but it's a guy from Quebec.
Really? I did not
I mean,
know that.
I'll double check that, but I thought for a second that
I get you Vokey wedges?
I have one Vokey wedge.
Good.
It's a sand wedge, and quite frankly, it's my favorite club.
Right.
It really is my favorite. I
did you right.
Yes.
I did you right.
Yeah,
we went out and got clubs for Peter, and then we got this club, that club. I'm like, all right, when we get him a wedge, get him a sand wedge, I will get him a Vokey wedge.
Is that a yearly thing? Like, do we go to Second Swing once a year and you refresh my club bag?
We could take you wardrobe shopping. We'll do that.
I already have a pair of Walter Hagen shorts. I'm fine.
We got a wardrobe shop.
So I saw Vokey and I tried to make the connection, and then I realized Vokey was Canadian. Got really excited.
Is a rabbit hole.
Different
unnecessary
Vokey.
Rabbit hole.
Bob
Unnecessary rabbit hole.
Bob Vokey is from Montreal.
All right, good.
Not
good to
from
know.
Manitoba.
Are we moving to the 13s? I can't wait to find out what the leading score was.
Eliana Brummer.
Really?
With
From Elk
7
River.
points.
Good for her.
Tied with Annie Jansen, who also had 7 points.
Both from Elk River.
Yep. I will quantify this. I'm not sure if all of the stats were connected.
What do you mean connected?
It just seems like a real drop to a 7-point overall leading score. I don't know if they
that
played
team,
fewer
I coached
games,
it for 3 games.
or if
that team was balanced. Everybody was scoring. Everybody. We had a game where I think we had like 6 or 7 goals. We had 6 or 7 goal scorers.
Okay, maybe that explains
That doesn't
it then.
surprise me at all. You know?
Out of the U10s, Team Minnesota's Kylie Smith led the division in scoring with 10 total points. And out of the U11s, Reese Holmes from Sask Husky Prospects
shock there,
tied with Madeline Fan. They both Fanoof. I could only see half of her name in the box score. Madeline Fanoof.
And one of the levels, 3-time Stanley Cup champion, is it Brent Seabrook? His name Brent Seabrook?
Yes.
Brent Seabrook was on the bench. How do you like that?
Well, I just looked up Dion Fanoof to see if that is his daughter.
I doubt that.
I don't think it is.
Unless, is he a Western Leaguer?
Dion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So he's a Western Canadian, and I didn't know that. I mean, I just think of him playing for the Leafs.
Their daughter's name is Zapphire, and they have a son named Fable. So no, Madeline, don't believe is a Dion Fanoof's child. There you go. Leading scorers in the Orion Cup.
Nice work. Okay, NTDP Invites.
NTDP Invites.
They came out
a long time ago.
A little after. Well, no, they actually took a while to come out.
Well, the camp invite list came out.
Camp invites, 13 Minnesotans. I'll rattle them off for you. Brooke Suter, Joey Cullen, Mason Sheminar, Henry Buttweiler, Cameron Cannot or Landon Cannot?
Landon
Cannot, sorry. Get the twins mixed up. Dean Stevens, Maverick McKinnon, R.J. Thompson, Liam Brooks, Sutsukov's first name?
Nikolai.
I wanted to say Sergey. I knew it wasn't right. Soren Somweber, Gavin Godbout, and Henry Meyer.
Yep.
Were the 13s invited, and then the first 8 that I ran off there, Suter, Cullen, Sheminar, Buttweiler, Cannot, Stevens, McKinnon, and Thompson were invited to the team and accepted their offers to join the team and will play as a U17 team next fall. Thoughts on the team? Thoughts on any slights? Thoughts on any surprises? I don't
really have any. Well, I mean, Dean Stevens, a little bit of a surprise. He was the only bantam.
Yep.
The only player that played bantams.
We have a streak of bantams going. It's crazy.
Yeah, but he was the only one. And
so how many in a row is that? Is there 3 in a row for sure? Sammy and Wyatt from 08s, right? And then Beck last year. Lorilla was the 06, but there wasn't one from the 07s, was there? I don't think so.
Lindbergh?
No, he made
played
it, but
1 year of high school.
He played a year of high school,
okay.
yeah.
It might have been the 07.
I'm trying to think if there's an 07. I can't think of an 07 that was.
Neither can I.
That played bantams. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, that's the Maceo, that's Cullen Potter, that's Lindbergh.
I don't think any of them.
I don't think there was a bantam eligible in there. I don't think there
I would
was.
have to look
but
back.
Boy, that's a lot, though.
Roster. Mm-hmm.
4 out of the last 6, 8, 9, 10. 4 out of the last 5 years of Minnesota bantam, and people say you gotta get to high school. You gotta get to high school. You gotta do it. I'm like,
Do you?
If you play Bantam Double A, I think you're going to be just fine.
Well,
or Bantam A.
But I think there are a couple of kids here that I would not recommend playing Bantam hockey. Like RJ Thompson, I don't think needs to play a year of Bantam Double A hockey, considering all the ice time he got playing for Eden Prairie's varsity. And calling Dean a surprise is not a knock on Dean, but I'm always curious to see how you go from Bantam hockey
to the USHL
to a national state, or to they play the NOL as U17s.
No, they don't.
As U17s?
The USHL.
The U18s.
Don't you host a junior hockey pod?
The U18s play a USHL
U17s
schedule.
play in the USHL as well.
No, they don't.
I will bet you $1 million.
You want to look at the USHL standings right now and tell me that the U17 team is in there?
They go as the NTDP. Watch. Look it up. I'll right now. Look it up. They have USHL. They play in the USHL.
The U17s.
They play in the USHL. They alternate. The teams alternate.
We're gonna find out right now.
I already know. You don't have to.
We're gonna find out right now.
They play USHL games as 17-year-olds. I don't even have to look. Moving on to the next topic.
All right.
I know. They don't play a 60-game schedule. But they do play games in the USHL.
I told you the U17 team played USHL teams. I told you.
What did you find? Let me see what you found.
I can't even find a schedule. The NTDP website could use a little bit of an overhaul here.
You could go to the USHL website and see every one of the players. I'm sure they have like 30, 40 guys rostered.
About websites that could use a little TLC.
Yep.
I'm looking at their schedule now. They play the first 4 games against NOL teams.
They do.
And
they play in the showcase.
Yes.
The NOL
That's
showcase.
where my connection came from.
Yeah. I don't disagree. They play a lot of different. The U17 team plays a lot of different types of games.
This is a very odd schedule.
They play a world schedule. They play a NOL schedule.
Like they go from playing
USHL.
Team Sweden to playing Dubuque.
Yes.
The NOL selects. What?
Yes. There you go. Okay.
Told you.
So any thoughts on this team?
Yeah, I think the 2010 group is really good.
You know this age really, really well from covering in the USEL. You covered them lots of different ways, whether it be Bantam Elite. You know a lot of these kids really well.
I was surprised I looked at the invite roster, and honestly, I think I've seen all of these kids play at some point during their youth careers, including the kids that played for teams like Woodbridge or Little Caesars or Pitt Penn's Elite or Fox. We got a Fox Motors on here.
Yeah.
Good for Fox Motors. I was a little surprised not to see Parker Deraney.
Yes.
The defenseman from Detroit Lakes who played on that 15 Blue Ox team that won the national championship. A little surprised not to see Parker Deraney on that list. A little surprised that Cam Coulter didn't get invited to at least the eval camp.
Yeah, I was too. I wasn't like shocked. I don't think that Cam even made it to national camp. So I feel like there's might be some kind of like, why wasn't he in the process? So once you don't get in their process, then, not as shocked.
I just figured that somebody might have fallen in love with him at the Blue Ox or at the Shattuck Showcase and said he might be somebody worth bringing in.
Well, let's just go. Let's go Cam's 2025. Okay? National champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
State champion, national champion, played in the national championship in front of the program saw him.
They've
right?
seen him before.
They saw him. I mean, they saw him. Let's go through it. They saw him in the national. They didn't see him in the state championships. They didn't, but they saw him play in the national championships. They saw him play. Where else would they have seen him play? Obviously the Prep Elite League. They saw him play there. I was with them, the staff from the NTDP there, watching him dominate the Prep Elite League. They saw him play in the Blue Ox. They were at the Blue Ox in Moorhead, and if you didn't blink, you could have missed him in that tournament, right? They would have seen him at the Shattuck Showcase. I mean, they saw him, and if they didn't pick him, I don't know why they didn't pick him. I'm a little bewildered.
He was tied for third on the team in goals at that national tournament.
Are you surprised? He's a goal scorer.
No, I'm not
There you
surprised. I was a little surprised.
There's
we
our
didn't get
Cam
invited to
Coulter
the,
hour for today.
Yeah, we spent way too much time going over Cam Coulter. I should also correct myself. They won the national championship as 14Us, not as
Yeah, but
as
that
15s.
was in 2025
Yes. That was last year. They beat
like that calendar year of 25. He made his resume.
Yeah, they beat that Little Caesars team that had utterly dominated its age group up until that point. They had a few kids invited too out of that 2010
To the
group.
camp, but not many of them made the team, though. Right?
Should we count out how many of those kids made the team?
That if you'd like. That doesn't interest me. But
Jack Trupiano, Griffin Carver.
this is to the camp.
No, these are the kids that made the team.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just those two.
Oh, just two.
Trupiano and Carver. I like both those kids too. Those kids have
So
personality.
how many from the Moorhead Moorhead State Championship team? Suter,
Buttweiler,
Buttweiler,
Cullen.
That's a little tier 1-y if you think about it. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, how
Brooks
much
is from Edina?
How much do you count?
And Buttweiler's from Alexandria,
Buttweiler, right.
You know what I mean?
But they still did a year. They did a tour of duty with the Moorhead NMAA team.
They did.
Still counts.
It does.
Still counts. I think the 2010 birth year is pretty good. I think that
Hopefully they have
NTDP
success. That's my hope.
I think success with the NTDP is in the eye of the beholder. Like, what do you expect out of the NTDP? Do you expect them to compete at the top of the USHL? Do you expect them to win international tournaments, or do you expect them to develop players for the NHL?
That's the expectation.
I think there are different ways to measure success when it comes to the NTDP. Yeah. I did hear that RJ Thompson and Joey Cullen spent some time on the same line together during the Invite camp.
Wow, that would be a sight to see, right?
Yeah.
That would be a sight to see.
Yeah. And one player I'm really excited made the team is Mason Schemenauer, because I think Mason has taken great strides.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of both talent and personality. Over the past few years. He became a real leader on that Minnetonka Bantam AA team, and really excited that he's moving out to Michigan.
Jack Hare, did he make it?
Make the
NTDP?
make
He
the
didn't.
actual team?
He was
Don't
Caesar's
think so.
kid.
Yeah, he did not make it.
He was a kid who played for the Brick team and spent some time here in the Twin Cities. And
Yeah, originally from Colorado, though.
yeah, Daryl was the dad. He's a super nice guy. I thought he had a chance of making it.
Well, I thought he did too. And some kids, I wouldn't say, well, they have a chance to make it because I've seen them 100 times and they're super, super talented. Some kids make it based on math. Like, you played for this team, you had this many points, you've been at this many select camps. It all just adds up where you would probably be invited to camp at least or make the team.
And it also helps if you're 6'2".
It does help if you're 6'2".
They love 6'2". That's one of their favorite stats. Is he 6'2"?
Oh,
Have you seen this guy? Is he 6'2"?
I don't have height and weight on the eval camp roster. I would also toss in there are a couple of honey baked kids that got invited, which is cool to see because I think Little Caesars needs a little competition in the Detroit area.
I agree with that. All right, what's next on the agenda here?
The USHL Phase 1, Phase 2 drafts, and the WHL draft.
Should we lead off my question now, or should I wait till after?
I think you can ask a question whenever you like.
I'll do it after.
Okay.
Because we're going to go through these Bantam draft for the WHL and the Phase 1 draft for USHL. I'm just kind
And
of...
I'm sure that'll bleed into a broader discussion.
Correct.
Of the
There you go.
USHL versus the WHL.
Right.
USHL phase
That was
one
first
draft.
and the WHL was second. I can't remember. It happened so fast.
They went in rapid succession. I have a list in my notes
USHL was
app.
first, wasn't it?
USHL Phase 1 was first.
All right.
But I think it was like over 3 days. It went boom, boom, boom. It felt like all I was doing for 3 straight days was watching RinkNet
So
scrolls.
it's Phase 1, Phase 2, WHL.
Yep.
3 in a row.
Correct. So out of Phase 1, I've got my Phase 1 recap right here. A couple of headlines. Numbers game, there were 50 Minnesota prospects that were picked in the Phase 1 draft, 29 forwards, 20 defensemen, and a single goaltender.
I remember back in the day, 25 was a good number, but remember the number of draftees has been doubled. So 50 sounds about right. If you're going to double the size of the number of draft picks, then you're going to double the size of Minnesotans.
Right. 2 first-round selections, 1 4th overall, Owen Kraft to Lincoln, and 13th overall, Dubuque picked Nikolai Zukov.
Do you think that could you visualize Owen Kraft in the USHL next year? If you can visualize Joey Cullen in the USHL, I think I could visualize Owen Kraft in the USHL, couldn't you? I can.
Yeah. I suppose I have to if he's the fourth overall pick. See, I keep thinking of Owen as this 12-year-old who came to our prospects combine and immediately took over on the ice and in kickball and in football and in the trivia and in the scavenger hunt and in the off-ice testing. So I keep thinking of him as like this 12-year-old, which isn't fair to Owen. But I think Owen is, obviously he's talented, and if he goes to camp at least with Lincoln, I don't know if he'll play for Lincoln this year, but every other kid that he's on the ice with at main camp is going to leave with bruises on their shins. He is not going to be pushed around by anyone, no matter how old they are.
That's going on right now. All those camps are going on right now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Boy, if I get a wild hair, maybe we'll go out to Madison and go watch
there you go.
Madison Capitals camp. I did pick my 5 favorite picks for these drafts.
Let's hear them.
The criteria for the USHL Phase 1 draft was it had to be a player picked in round 10 or later. That was because it'd be really easy to say, well, crap.
Where was Chase Berlin picked? Because he's my
Chase Berlin was a 4th rounder.
Dang it.
Yeah, Chase Berlin.
I like that pick. Lincoln.
8th rounder.
8th? Okay.
8th.
I like that pick.
109. I was thinking of the NFL because the picks in the hundreds are in the 4th round, but picks for USHL are in the 8th round. He was an 8th round pick of Lincoln. So in the 10th round, Fargo picked Zane Medlin, and I thought of the gif where Aaron Paul in Breaking Bad says he can't keep getting away with this. Fargo cannot keep getting away with picking super talented and productive players that happen to be under 6 feet tall.
Right.
They're just not allowed to do that anymore. So Zane Medlin to Fargo in the 10th round.
That was your other one?
Bo Skelton in the 10th round.
You only get
to
one.
Sioux
Is this
Falls.
your 5 picks?
I had 5 favorites.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bo Skelton in the 10th round to Sioux Falls. Elias Hopeman in the 11th round to Des Moines, a Roseville product. He's big, athletic, played last year with Mount St. Charles. Bauer Sullivan from Rosemount High School went in the 12th round to the Madison Capitals.
I couldn't believe that. I thought he would go way higher.
So did I. But I think that there's a sliding scale in terms of draft stock, whereas like if Bauer had played Bantams this year.
Yeah. And you know what else? Maybe they're tendered in the WHL, or maybe they know what they are.
There are a lot of factors at play.
You don't even know.
There are a lot of factors at play. But in any case, Bauer, a pick of the Madison Capitals, great spot to be in the USHL. Right. And Cale Sloan from Wayzata Bantam AA, the 15th round, went to Dubuque.
That's a good pick. He's going to be a good hockey player. So.
We'll run through Phase 2 really quick here. Phase 2, you can pick pretty much anybody who's not already on a USHL protected list. My favorite picks were from round 8 and on, just based on the amount of people actually selected. Cam Kaiser in the 8th round had a great season with El Paso.
He signed it with somebody in the USHL. Who drafted him?
Youngstown.
Yeah, I think he's going there.
He should go there.
Yep.
Tyson Miller was a 10th round pick of Cedar Rapids. Tyson Miller, one of those kids who got kind of lost one year because he played JV at Stillwater. Exploded this year, had a great season. Cal Grills, another Stillwater product. He played for Wisconsin of the Null. I was a huge fan of Stillwater's 2025 defensive core. I thought all 6 of them could play college hockey at some point. So Cal Grills heads on off to Chicago. He's 6'4", 223 pounds. They'll find room for you. Leighton Reinhardt, another Stillwater product, ended up with Woodbridge 18U in the Northeast Pack. And according to somebody I talked to, they said he was the best goaltender in that league.
No surprise at all.
And then Jordy Sewell from Cloquet Esco Carleton, a 14th round selection of
That's a steal.
Omaha. Yep. And Shea Walters, I eventually got a hold of him, and he said, quote, I was a little surprised he stayed on the draft board as late as he did.
I did too.
In my opinion, and I know I'm biased, he could be the steal of the draft. Sewell, the type of kid who 18 points as a freshman, 48 last year. His arrow trending up.
Big time.
There's Phase 2. WHL, here we go.
Only one draft for this.
There's only one draft for this one. My favorites.
And now Minnesotans are getting drafted.
A ton.
Drafted.
The WHL Bantam draft used to be for true dorks like you and I, and there might be 3 Minnesota kids taken.
No, there'd be 10 or 12, but you knew none of them were ever going to go there. It was just like this.
See, before last year, there were fewer than that. There might be 5. And I would only know 2 of them because the other 3 played for
Tier 1
teams. They were just technically from Minnesota.
Yeah.
From round 6 on, Spokane takes Donovan Klin out of Holy Family in the 6th round. Love that pick. I think Donovan Klin, among the other players on this list, I think he has the most. I don't want to say NHL because that would be ridiculous. He is the shot that's most ready for the next level. His release is outstanding. Brock Stouse from East Grand Forks, a 6th-round pick from Everett. Blake Schmidt from Shattuck St. Mary's 14U team, a 7th-rounder picked by Red Deer. Mason Fisher, who I didn't know a lot about.
Tell me about him.
He's a
I don't even know who he is.
White Bear Lake kid who ended up at Southwest Christian Richfield. I texted Hunter Warner, and I was like, you got to tell me about Mason Fisher because I have no idea who this kid is. And Hunter described him as a dying breed of a true competitor. He blocks shots, super physical, loves to knock guys down. He was an all-conference pick as a freshman for Southwest Christian. And then Mason Dahlbeck, he played for Buffalo High School. He was a 9th-rounder picked by Penticton. And this is another player I'd like to make a point. If he had played Bantams as a 9th grader, he might have had 100 points and been a higher selection. He played high school, ended up with 13 points, but I like Mason Dahlbeck a lot.
Some good choices. The guy who stood out for me in the draft, just kind of like I saw Mason Auger play, several times, especially in the Blue Ox, and I thought he was really good. I was like, that's a sneaky pick. I had no plans on seeing him. Was he in the 2nd round?
He was the first Minnesotan taken.
Yes. Was it the second round or third
Second round.
So he's the highest Minnesota picked. Who picked him?
Kamloops.
The Blazers. That was the pick that surprised me the most. I knew he was going to be a good pick, but I didn't think he would go that high. So
I didn't know he would go that high either because you look at some of the other names on here, and I'm not picking on Mason, but you'd see like Colton Nash, Braden Dean, Owen Moulton.
Those kids have, maybe have aspirations to play for the national development team.
There it is.
So then there's always that. Maybe not, but like I'm pretty sure Auger's dad, or maybe parents are
Canadian.
A scout
for somebody.
They're Canadian, so the Western League might be his version of the NTDP. So.
Well, if you can go to, and I don't know where Mason's parents are actually from, but if
they
Grandma and Grandpa
BC?
live in Kamloops and he can bill it with Grandma and Grandpa,
what a deal, huh?
Not a bad spot. But that's the point I want to make by pointing out that kids like Colton Nash and Owen Moulton were selected after Mason Auger. There is a fear that they will simply go to the National Development Program, so they don't want to spend a first-round pick on those types of players. But one thing I'd like to point out, East Grand Forks Bantam AA's had a bunch of kids taken. That top line of Stouse, Jackson Wakefield, and Jace Magner all selected by WHL teams.
Not surprised.
And 2 players from St. Thomas Academy's JV.
Who are they?
Grady Fuller
Yep.
and Alex Bolt. They might have done a little bit of time on the varsity, but they weren't top
I don't
top
remember
6
seeing
or top
Bolte
4.
or Fuller at all. So.
Yeah. But a ton of Shattuck kids too.
All right. Here's my question.
Fire away.
I know everyone's been waiting on the question.
Kind of forgot you were going to ask one.
Will the USHL consider lowering their Phase 1 draft age from 15U to 14U or whatever? You know what I mean? To equal the Western League.
Will they or should they? Those are 2 different
I wrote
questions.
the question as will.
I know
what your answer to should is. But will they is more the question. You have a direct line to the commissioner, Glenn Heffron. You should call him
Glenn.
say, hey, Glenn.
Glenn, I know you're really busy at 1:45 on a Tuesday.
I know you're really excited that we posted a tweet with Dylan Dean and his Oil Kings quarter zip on.
Brought to you by
the USHL.
Yeah.
You really love us right now. Whoops.
Sorry about that.
Actually, when I got my 10 minutes with the commissioner, we had a good laugh about it, and I don't even think he was that upset about it. He's like, yeah, I can see how this happened, and the fact that you guys. He said, yeah, I talked to Peter, and Peter while driving deleted the tweet. I'm like, yeah, I would have done the same thing.
That's the level of effort I'll put in for the USHL.
Yeah,
will they? I don't know. Should they? I would say yes.
It just dawned on me today. That's why I asked him. I'm like, you know what? I feel like and I'm not saying this is 100% the only reason, but I feel like the WHL now is getting an upper hand on these American kids where they can invite them to camp a year before them. You can establish the relationship. You can go down. You can send your scouts down there and, talk to them after the game and schmooze them a little bit. Meanwhile, the USHL has to wait literally one calendar year less of time to schmooze the deal.
Well, even if it's just to send them a polo in the mail and say, hey, we're really glad to have you. You want to be first, right?
You want to be first.
So
I agree.
Will they? I don't know. Should they? Probably. Especially with the expansion because
Lord.
The new
is that our new topic?
As soon as you inject,
Peter, tell me about the expansion.
Well, okay.
I have probably more info than you do, but go ahead.
So our junior pod recorded, and I kid you not, less than 12 hours later, they announced an expansion.
Unbelievable.
So I texted Drew and Sydney. I was like,
well, there goes the show.
Dang it.
We wish we would have known.
Yeah,
right?
which was just published today. So if people are listening to it
you
today
morons.
And thinking, you didn't talk about the expansion. Yeah, it's because we recorded before they announced the expansion. But, yeah, to the West Coast, Arizona, Nevada, and California. So,
but they did not name a location.
No.
They did not name owners.
Nope.
I probably know more than I should.
Probably. Which would make me say tread lightly.
No, I'm just going to – I will just give a kind of a bird's eye my understanding. I have probably a deeper understanding. But Tom Garrity, who's technically a business partner of mine with Best on Best.
Okay, you throw the technically in there.
We are a firm business with LLCs and business paperwork, the whole deal. DocuSign, the whole deal. We are partners. He's been working on this Western expansion for like 6 years, and he finally got the deal done. So congratulations to my buddy. Tom Garrity, and I'm excited to see what happens, where it ends up. What will each of the teams have a Western swing? Is that how it's going to work? That'd be kind of cool.
Do they get to fly?
Oh, they better get to fly.
Are they busing to
That would be
Vegas?
A horrible bus ride.
Yeah. I don't know. Who
It's
wants
got-
to
how-
spring for a plane?
From Sioux Falls, let's just start at Sioux Falls on the west. Sioux Falls to Las Vegas has got to be 18 hours.
Well, I think Youngstown to Las Vegas.
We're not even going there yet. Muskegon, we're not even going there yet.
Oh, my gosh.
It's awful. That's an awful trip.
Distance
So, that is-
from Muskegon.
Here we go. Michigan.
To Las Vegas.
We're not even to L.A. yet.
That is a 27-hour
Yeah.
drive.
No bueno. There's no way.
But the USHL isn't like a professional league. I shouldn't have said like there. That makes me sound like I didn't know what I wanted to say. It's not a pro league, so it's not as if there's an unlimited pool of money that they just throw at team travel.
No, I know. So they'll figure it out.
Distance
Not my problem.
From,
Not my problem.
From Youngstown
Here we go.
to Anaheim. Let's
There
just
we
call
go,
it Anaheim because it seems like the USHL and a lot of
They'll be
USA
there.
hockey is trying
They
to
got
align
a beautiful rink
with
there.
the
let me tell ya.
NHL.
Yeah, I mean,
34 hours and
Yeah.
53 minutes by
and they got
bus.
some good barns. You've been to Henderson is where the practice facility for
Yep.
the Knights is. That's a good barn. You could host a
it's
heck
nice.
of a game there. I've been to this rink in Anaheim, Peter. It is one of the nicest rinks. I mean, that would be the dream to run a tournament in this facility.
Anaheim,
They have
California.
three rinks with one side, kind of like the Super Rink, right? They have 3 rinks like that, and then their 4th rink is a full bowl Ritter with orange seats. It's really nice. That would be a great spot. So, All right, moving on. Let's switch gears to girls' high school, boys' high school. Got some coaching changes.
Yep.
Blake, Christy King steps down. Claire Goldsmith takes over.
That is according to the BlakeBears.org website.
I don't know who the girls coach at White Bear Lake was.
Elsa.
No, she's not there. She was there. That was a long time ago.
Oh.
But whoever it was has been replaced by Ryan Carter. Thoughts, Peter Rodney, on Ryan Carter taking the helm of the Bears girls program?
He's been in charge of his daughter's age group.
Groups.
Plural. Maggie?
I don't know the names.
Does he have another daughter?
He's got at least 2.
Okay, so I know Maggie because she was in our Dangle Fest.
Yeah.
But he's been with this group for a few years now, so it makes sense to hire somebody who has an intimate knowledge of a really, really talented group of players.
Yeah.
And I also think it's a good move by the White Bear Lake administration to go with a coach who has a connection to these players, hoping that they might choose to be Bears as opposed to Pioneers. I think there's a level of safeguarding.
I think it's
where
great.
we might as well just, because if you hired
and they
somebody
got a good youth program now.
Yeah, if they hire somebody that group's not familiar with, then everybody's gonna say, all right, well, we'll see. We'll see if we go to White Bear Lake High School. We'll see. We want to see who the coach is. We want to meet the coach.
They got it now.
But now you've removed a level of friction that could be there, so it might be easier for some of those parents to say, all right, we will ignore Gentry Academy or Hill Murray.
They were their 12A team was very good this year, a top 10 team. Their 12B team went to state, and I believe they won the Dangle. They won the Dangle 12Bs. So that's just that 6th and 7th grade alone. And then you throw in Harper Peel, who's playing Pee Wee Bs, and she's legit. I mean, they have a really, really good crew, 6th and 7th grade, going towards that level. And I think Ryan will be a nice job of leading that group.
It was Claudia Verkirky.
That was the coach, yes.
Yep, and the assistant coach is somebody you and I both know because he's been around forever.
Really?
Sean Padden.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What a great dude.
Sean Padden. He'd been there he was on the boys' side for a while.
Yes.
He's an assistant coach for the girls' program last year. He's part of that little cohort.
Oh, yeah.
Of White Bear Lake coaches
What a good word.
That were placed with certain teams to ensure the best results.
Yes. Okay. So continuing on, Casey Perper, longtime assistant at Edina High School, is moving north.
Yep.
To Moorhead. I haven't got my first reports yet on Casey. I think the summer programs are going. I got a lot of connections to the Moorhead girls programs, and I'm expecting huge things from him, and he will continue the legacy that Coach Kraft put together some nice teams as well.
I'm assuming that if you did get a report, it wasn't going to be negative. I'm assuming that after how many years leading, Sammy's the head coach, but being on the bench for one of the greatest high school girls hockey programs in the world, let alone the state, I'm assuming he knows what he's doing. I don't know Casey personally, but I've heard nothing but good things about Casey. He's a Grand Forks native, so he's a little closer to home, which is nice.
And you know the Perper connection, don't you? Do you know the Perper connection?
As soon as you say the first name, I'm going to remember.
Okay, so there's a guy named Fido Perper, F-I-D-O. Google that one for a second.
I'm looking
Google
at him right now.
So Fido Perper is one of the greatest American-born hockey players of all time. Played for the Chicago Blackhawks. The Perper family, it's the rink in Grand Forks is named Perper Arena. There are let's see I'm totally drawing a blank here. There are several great players currently playing in East Grand Forks and Grand Forks, Minnesota. Grand Forks, North Dakota, and East Grand Forks, Minnesota. There are so many good players that in that family. So I could go on and on about it, but it's a great hockey family, and I'm sure he's going to be a great coach for them.
Yeah, he's got a ton of talent on that roster.
the Panzers are related to the Perper family.
Of course they are.
What was the kid's name? I think he might even have been a Bantam Player of the Year finalist a couple years ago. Played for Grand Forks Central. He was
Mardo.
He's a Perper as well.
Nolan Mardo.
Nolan Mardo's a Perper as well. So the Perpers just...
They're all Perpers.
It's Perpers. That's all I'm going to say. That's what you're getting into here. So if you thought, oh, we're losing Ryan Kraft and the Crate Kraft legacy, well, you're bringing in a Perper. It's just as good. So I think the AD, Dean up at Moorhead, did a great job replacing there.
Well, he has something to live up to, too. I
Yeah.
mean, Ryan took over that program. They were like 2-22.
Yeah,
or
he did an
something.
amazing job.
And in
there.
7 years, they went to 2 state tournaments and came really close to going to another one last year.
Yes.
And they lost to Bemidji, who is also looking, who needed a new
what was
coach.
Mike's last name?
Johnson.
Mike Johnson.
Mike Johnson stepped down. I believe he was the head coach for 19
A lot of years. I knew it was more than 10.
Yeah, took the Lumberjills to state last season in an incredible Section 8 AA victory over the Spuds in Bemidji. The new coach is Chris Henham, who's been heavily involved in the Bemidji youth
program for years. Yeah, so another good hire.
Mm-hmm.
Another good hire. On the boys' side, Brent Culleton takes over at Lakeville South High School. Dustin Vogelgesang leaves Eastridge for his alma mater at Hastings. I love
Can't
that.
blame him for that at all.
I love that. That is so cool.
To coach at your alma mater.
Yeah. And J.P. Pichet at La Crescent stepped down after retaking the job at La Crescent. He was there for a long time, stepped down, and then Isaiah, what was that guy's name?
It's not Isaiah.
What's his name?
Uriah.
Sorry, Hayes. Isaiah. I was close. It rhymes with it.
Yeah.
Uriah Hayes had stepped down, and now JP. Maybe Uriah will come back again. Who knows? We'll see. That'd be kind of cool. So that wraps up our girls, boys, high school. Let's talk a little college coaches carousel. It would be a carousel, right? Because Boom May was on the Gopher carousel, and he ramped right into the head coaching job, replacing Brad Frost.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see Boom May get what he deserves. He's a great coach, and I think he's going to do a fantastic job for the Gophers. And then who went first, Bob or Brad? I don't remember, but they were back-to-back days.
I think it was Brad Frost.
Back-to-back days. That just blew me away. The Motzko thing was a bit of a shock. I feel like the Gopher AD doesn't exactly just go firing coaches for a living. I thought Mark Coyle was very patient with his coaches, and I thought, wow, he gave Bob very short leash and got rid of him very quickly after a good run.
I thought that Motzko might hang on based on the strength
One more
of
year.
the recruiting class coming in, and this is a team that went to overtime in the national championship game. It wasn't that long ago. 2023. But he might have been ready to be done, too.
Yeah.
He might have just said,
Kind
you
of
know
like
what,
a
man?
mutual.
I've been doing this a long time. It's a new age in college athletics. We've seen coaches before. Jeff Halfley, the defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers, who left Boston College. He was the head coach at Boston College and took a pro job because he thought to himself, wait, are you telling me that I can just coach?
I don't have to deal with the NIL.
I just have to draw up X's and O's.
deal with NIL at all.
I don't have to deal with recruiting my team year after year. I don't have to hang out with alumni if I don't want to. I don't have to answer to college presidents. I can just coach football. So Bob might get picked up. You made this point when we first recorded this pod. He might get picked up as a scout somewhere.
Oh, I think he will for sure.
And he'll be able to breathe a little bit easier, not being the head coach of the University of
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
He might need that, you know?
Yeah, and we'll see what happens with Brad Frost. I don't know.
I still can't believe he hasn't been picked up as a coach or a general manager.
Oh, we don't know that he hasn't been reached out to.
Yeah,
maybe
he's not ready.
Maybe he doesn't.
I think he would be a fantastic choice.
Maybe he wants to golf the rest of the summer and go to Florida in the winter.
Fantastic.
I don't know Brad as well as you do. Super nice guy, and I didn't understand a lot of the vitriol that Gopher fans seem to have for him, because it's not as if the Gopher women were ever out of the NCAA tournament. I mean, they were always in the mix at the end of the season.
Right.
Winning's hard. I don't have any other explanation. Winning's hard.
I think that the fact that they were losing the top recruits to Ohio State and Wisconsin was the vitriol, where that came from. I'm just giving you where the vitriol comes from. I'm not saying if it was fair or not. But,
Okay.
And then obviously he had won so many national championships early in his career and hadn't won in more than 10 years was enough of a red flag.
I suppose, as the wheel turns.
And
in college
then
athletics.
the Gophers hire Brett Larson. We had Brett sitting in that chair. It was a fun interview that I did with him. I had a chance to get to know him on a deeper level. I'm excited to work with him and their staff over at the U of M at the Combine. All the staffs were Marty Surdich from the Roseville Mr. Hockey Hobie Baker winner will be our coach we'll be working with, and we'll obviously pick up where we left off with Ben Gordon at the Combine. This year's Combine is at the end of July due to the Special Olympics. You think the World Cup is coming into the United States? We're getting the Special Olympics. It's going to be insanity around here.
I would rather have the Special
So would I.
Olympics, quite
Times
frankly.
100.
If you ever want to learn something about competitiveness, sportsmanship, perspective.
You think the Sorsby thing's bad? This is at a complete the quarterback from Texas Tech. This is at 100 times worse.
Oh, I was saying nice things about the Special Olympics.
Oh, that too.
So if you want to learn every lesson you could possibly learn in life, pay attention
incredible.
to the Special Olympics
It's
a little bit. It really is incredible.
Could you imagine when they started the Special Olympics? Like, yeah, we're going to do this. People would be like rolling their eyes. Now it's just a thing. And it's a really good thing. So humanity is improving, is what I'm trying to say, people.
When were the first
I think it had to be
Special
70s.
Olympics?
70s, I feel like it was mid-70s.
1968.
Really?
In
I want to
Chicago,
say 72.
Illinois.
I want to say 72. But
1,000 athletes from the United States and Canada competed in aquatics, track and field, and floor hockey.
awesome.
Wow.
I was talking to
That's
the Super
pretty
Rink
cool.
today, just before we jumped on the call. My contact there had a meeting with the Special Olympics. They're hosting. I'm like, I bet you're hosting something. He goes, yeah, soccer, flag football, golf at the Victory Links course, all the team sports he's doing up there. And then we have the opening ceremonies, all that stuff will be at the University of Minnesota. Volleyball, they're going to have like 100 volleyball courts over at Mariucci and Ritter.
It's a busy
Dry
event.
floor in that whole place. So,
A lot going on there.
yes, tons. Okay. Your thoughts on the Brett Larson hire?
I guess I don't have a hard opinion. I wish I could put out better radio than this, but I don't know college hockey as well as you do. I think Brett he wasn't the hottest name on the market, at least from what I'd gleaned from reading articles and looking at social media, but I think he might end up being the right hire. I think a lot of coaching these days is who you surround yourself with, and I think he put together a nice staff, especially Matt Cullen, who knows however many of these younger kids coming through.
Paul Martin.
But Matt's experience
Casey,
at the tier 1 level, I think, is huge.
I think Leyland coming in will help a lot, too, because he's been around this beat. He's been on the beat for a long time. I think he's going to be great.
Sure.
I think it's a great hire. I think he will do fantastic. I've known Brett for, almost 10 years now. And I always thought when he was at UMD, I was like, oh, yeah, he's kind of like the architect behind some of these championship teams. Once he got his own team, he led a lot of Bob's players to a national championship game for St. Cloud State in 2022. I think he's done a great job. I think he will do a great job at the U as well. I'm excited to see how this next chapter, if you think about it, you had Doug Woog and Don Lucia and Bob for the last, it's been 40 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
40 years, those three coaches, so.
It has. It's been a long time. I think Brett might end up being the It also depends what you think is the right hire, because there are people who think that if you're not winning or competing for a national championship every year, then it's not the right hire. And then there are people like me who are like, I don't know, do your best. And if nobody gets arrested and you maintain a team GPA of 3.5, then I think you've done your job.
I think that's good, but I think you got to be putting guys into the pros. You know, you got to be developing.
That's the other way to look at it.
That's the way I look at it. Are you putting guys in the pros?
Are you a developmental program that gets 18 to 20-year-olds to 21 or 22-year-olds ready to play in the NHL, or are you solely obsessed with playing in the Frozen Four?
If I were Bob Moskow, I would take greater pride in getting Blake Lizotte into the NHL, right?
Well, the fact that he took St. Cloud State to a Frozen Four,
right? You know what I mean?
Dine out on that forever.
I would, in my theory, that would be something to, but taking a guy that's just slowly but surely getting better and making those guys NHLers is something to take great pride in my opinion. So, and Brett will do that. Definitely will do that. I'm excited to see how that works. Last one, NC 5-5. We recorded on Friday. And since that day of recording, we kind of had to scrap this whole
hours
thing.
later.
Like literally 20% of our show changed a minute, like minutes after we got done recording. Tell me what the rule is now. How does it work?
Let me pull up Mike McMahon. Mike McMahon from College Hockey Insider has been all over this.
19 years old. You can start juniors basically after your second year of high school completion, right? So you could play 2 years of juniors and still get 5 years.
Oh, gosh, dang it.
Right? Is that how it works?
I had this pulled up, and then I clicked out of it.
You sent me a screenshot. Just go to the text string between you and I. It's in there. Because I said, how is it different?
Under the counter proposal, the 5-year clock begins the academic year following a player's 19th birthday or initial college enrollment, whichever comes first.
Okay, so you turn 18 in high school, right? You play another year of juniors. That's your 19th birthday. Then the next year, your second year of juniors, you have now 5 years. So you play another year of juniors. Now you'll have 4 years of college already. So basically you can play 2 years of junior hockey, which is the number they want you to play. They don't want you to play 3 years of juniors.
It depends on who you are.
I talk to a lot of USHL GMs, and they go, they get into that third year, and it gets a little stale. The player gets stale. Our message to them gets stale. We want them for their 2 best years. I
still think it depends on the kid.
Okay, let's go back to Lucas Wallen, right?
Yeah.
Lucas Wallen played 1 year of pay-to-play, 1 year 1 year USHL. That's a different number. Lucas Wallen would not have had that third year. He would have had his pay-to-play year, his null year, and then his clock would have started ticking.
Okay. I've got another 05 birth year, right? That's what we're talking about.
Could be any year. It doesn't matter.
Okay. There's another player who
Give me a player. Is he late
benefited.
05 or early 05?
I'm deleting the pop-up ads from 1, 2, 3. He is a November 05 birth year.
Okay, so he's really an 06. All right. You have a player for me?
Yeah, a player who I think benefited from being able to spend 3 years in juniors.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Do I know him?
Yeah.
Where did he play youth hockey?
Minnetonka.
Minnetonka, late 05.
Minnetonka, late 05.
I don't know.
Drew Stewart.
Oh, yeah.
He
played 3 years of USHL, too, didn't he? Maybe 4.
He played 3. From what I can see right now, he played.
He had a weird COVID year, because remember he Bantams? He went there and played 1 year.
So he had 2 games with Cedar Rapids, the 22-23 season.
Yeah.
And then 53 games with Cedar Rapids, he had 22 points in 23-24. In 24-25, he played 3 games with Cedar Rapids, and then I believe was traded to Muskegon for 57 games, had 29 points.
They won the Clark Cup last year and then lost in the finals, or they win it 2 years in a row?
They lost in the finals this year to Sioux Falls.
Correct. Yeah,
so 51 points, 55 if you count the playoffs, across 2 seasons in the USHL. This year, 56 regular season games with Muskegon, finished with 61 points.
Yeah.
In the playoffs, he had 16 points in 16 games, so 77 points.
That's good.
Third
That's
year,
really good.
Third year in the USHL.
Late 05, yeah.
Third year in the USHL. So I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on what this really means. Hockey is so weird when it comes to birth dates, the 19th birthday, the graduating high school.
Yeah, I know for sure they're going to get 2 years of juniors.
I think
after high
I think it basically gives them another year.
It gives them 2 years
One
of
more
juniors.
year as opposed to
three, which is fine.
Well, it's better than what they were going to get.
Better than it was, yes.
Which kids were going to graduate high school at 17 and immediately their clock started ticking right away.
Yeah.
Well, good for college hockey. It's good for college hockey. It's good for junior hockey.
Everybody.
It's good for the athletes.
It's good for everybody. It's good for the athletes for once.
Yeah.
Right? All right, let's chat a little bit HP hockey. There's a lot. There's layers of this thing you got to go through. You got to make your section team. So there's a tryout for that. Then your section team goes and plays against other section teams. And then 68 players get selected for that. 4 teams of 17 play in a festival. The boys played at Plymouth, sharing the ice with the 11s and the 18U. And over at Doug Woog, they have 2 sheets of ice, and they have the 11s and the 15, 16s, and 17s are all in the same building over in South St. Paul. I was able to make it a full day on Saturday, about 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. I went boys first, girls second, and then I was girls first, boys second on Friday. I got to see almost all the teams, at least. I got all the teams once, several teams twice. So I feel like I digested a lot of high school hockey for both levels. So I feel like I and the funny thing is I assigned you the leading scorers because I don't even know who the leading scorers were. I think I probably screenshotted them on Sunday morning, but I did not really pay attention to leading scorers. I just thought a few things stood out to me. I thought at the girls' 16s and 17s, I thought I saw some playmaking this year. I've been to the 16s and 17s in the past, and it's kids just trying not to make a mistake. Especially the 16s is a hard year because and same for the boys. 16s is hard because you go from making national camp where there's a lot of times 30 or 40 players from Minnesota taken, and then it gets trimmed down to 20. So you think you kind of strut around the entire year. Yeah, I made national camp. I'm one of the best players in Minnesota too. I didn't make national camp. I suck. I might as well just, hang it up.
No.
And that's not the case. You don't make national camp as a 16-year-old. You got plenty of runway still.
I think it'll be okay.
I think you're going to be fine.
I think it'll be okay.
There's a lot of good players at that.
You want to start with boys or girls?
So boys, I'll make an observation on the boys that has nothing to do with hockey.
Okay.
I thought there was some great coaching over there. I ran a lot of the 16 and 17 coaches. I thought they were doing a fantastic job. I have a really stupid thing that I noticed.
Okay.
Normally when you go to HP functions that you and I have been going to for more than 10 years, one of the things I notice is the marketing, for lack of a better term, the marketing of a player. Mm-hmm. You can wear, your breezer covers might be green, so it looks like, oh, he's from Edina, he's got to be good. Or he's got a, red breezers or a yellow helmet, or he's got whatever, something that kind of stands out as something of value out there in the world. Like, oh, okay, he's got a white helmet. He's from Roseau. Okay. Roseau was really good this year. There's certain marketing that goes with it. And something changed this year that I've never seen in previous HP boys hockey is players, instead of wearing their high school breezer covers, they're now wearing their Spokane breezer covers, their Cedar Rapids breezer covers, their all these different junior hockey. These kids are legit. These 09s and are going in there are playing legitimate minutes in the USHL, or in some of the cases, Cade Cesada, who played in the WHL, they're wearing their WHL breezers and not their Hill Murray breezers or their or they're Edina Breezers. I just thought it was fascinating, just from a marketing perspective.
Yeah, I think that's part of being a kid. I mean, sometimes at the lower levels when they're younger and they don't have junior stuff, they're wearing their blade
socks
stuff.
or their machines. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. So,
and during the summer, I don't think it really matters.
No, I don't either. But I just thought it if you're an evaluator and you see a Des Moines, you see what's the kid's name? Lakeville kid who ended up at Edina. Oh, really good player.
Nash Payne.
Nash Payne's wearing his Buccaneers red breezers. Not wearing the green breezers from Edina that used to have the highest value, right? Now he's wearing the red breezers, which has got a little bit more value, right?
That's funny.
So
I would recommend when you go back for high school tryouts, though, I would recommend you
switch back to Des Moines breezers.
Switch back to your high school's breezer.
That would be a good one. They'd be good ones. All right, my friend. Who were the leaders at all those levels?
All right, so boys HP 16 and 17. This is out of the final 68s.
Yeah.
Braden Branton from Rogers tied with Zane Medlin of Duluth East for the
Braden
leading.
Branton is the most underappreciated athlete in the state.
I made this point when I was writing my USHL.
He played Bantams
recap.
this year.
He played his way into a USHL selection.
Yeah.
During HP. He had 9 points in 4 games, and I love it. I love a kid that is not at top of, like Zane Medlin. Yeah, that's an easy one. He played high school hockey. He had a good year for Duluth East, but Braden Branton was not top of mind during the USHL draft process, and look at Braden Branton.
I agree.
Zane Medlin, Duluth East, like I said, they tied 9 points apiece. Owen Conrad from Eden Prairie had 8 points in 4 games, and then a slew.
He had 8 points in 4 games.
Yep.
Probably had 2 RBIs and pitched 6 innings for Eden
and
Prairie.
ran for 150 yards at flag football or something.
Right. Yes.
Gavin Anderson, Nick Anderson, Colby Chido, Cash Hardy, Easton Lee, Charlie Marvin, Will Mikan, and Cole Swanson had 7 points apiece.
Well, you're doing 16s and 17s together.
These are combined.
Oh, you combined
These are
them.
combined.
Okay,
I can split them if you want, but that would might take a while.
Because you just read off an 09 and a 10 back-to-back there, a few different ones. So I was like, all right.
No, they're all combined.
All right.
I can give you the 16s only if you want that.
No, that's fine. When you do
sure?
the girls one, do that. Keep them separate.
All right, hold on. I need to select something in game
Because I
shape.
watched these games, and I my brain was, okay, I got red, I got gold, I got blue, I got these kids. And now I'm like, you just mixed them all up, and I'm totally lost.
All right, girls 16s.
Let me guess. It was either Lily Peck or Olivia Anthony or Amelia Such. One of those 3. Oh, wait. Schliemann had a huge game that I was at. Is she up there too?
All 4 of them.
Really?
Olivia Anthony and Mia Such tied for 6 points apiece. Lily Peck and McKenna Schliemann 5 points apiece. Very nice.
And I think Lily Peck got left off of the national camp list.
We will get to the national camp invites in a moment. Girls 17s, we got Audrey Davis, Delaney Miller, and Kayla Starr.
These are shockers.
At 5 points apiece. The next 3.
How about Kayla Starr, though? Leaves Edina, goes back to her hometown, Jefferson. You know, there's a lot less college coaches going to Jefferson games than Edina games. That's a bold move by Kayla Starr.
We're going to talk about Kayla Starr in a minute.
She comes out as one of the leading scorers. Congratulations.
We're going to talk about Kayla Starr in a second.
All right.
Annabelle Bucciacone, Taylor Hall, and Kennedy Hochbaum tied with 4 points apiece, and then there's several with 3 points apiece. So those are the leading scorers. Now we can tell you about the national camp selections here. The girls U18 girls, women's, get it together, Peter. USA Hockey U18.
Would it be girls?
No, it's the women's national team
U18,
festival.
yes.
So 2 players were directly invited to the national team festival, which
and they
will
were
be
2010s
in August.
Ulrich
in New York.
And Such.
Mia Such.
Not 109 was jetted through the process.
No, but they will have a chance to make it through to the process.
At the 17s.
First, we're going to tell you the 2010s that made it to the National 16-17 camp. Olivia Anthony, Ellie Bailey, Carmen Benedict, Brielle Clardy, Allie DeFaw, Jenna Goblish, Josie Kelsenberg, Lainey Lindsay, Anna Pohl, Hannah Richley, McKenna Schliemann, and Claire Sommerfeld. That is the forward group. Kennedy.
Boy, there's a lot of Centennial, a lot of Hill-Murray on those lists.
And Minnetonka. Don't forget Minnetonka.
Yes, Minnetonka.
Kennedy Crable, Adrian Erickson, Lena.
And Breck.
Yep. Lena Fensky, Lydia Filling, Liv Heineke, Janika Holtzleiser, Carly Jacobson, Brooke Capeller, Brooke Koski, Stella Kramer, and Aaliyah LaFleur. Those are the defenders.
In our previous recorded edition of this show, Brooke Capeller is the one who's, to me, is really starting to ramp her game up. It's definitely going up there.
One of those players. She's a Minnetonka player, so you might be stuck behind another Division I player for a couple of years. Does not hinder your development at all, I promise.
Yep.
5 goaltenders in this group: Allie Callanan, Poppy Carlson, Alexa Autumn, Emma Piper, and Zoe Tessier. Those are the 16s.
Good goaltenders there. In the 16th festival, Allie Callanan really jumped out at me as just attacking. She just attacks it.
She's an athlete.
Just attacks it. She's attacking the puck. I'm not sure she let a goal in any of her periods. I'd like to see her stats.
I would go back through game sheet. We also did this in the first time we recorded this, where I read the 16s and you said 0 09s got directly invited to the U18 festival. Yes, they did. They're just on the HP 17 page.
Were some picked?
Yeah, 5 of them.
Who were they?
So these players will also take part in the U18.
Taylor Mannion for sure.
Yep. So Maddie Boone, Sydney Boss Crone, Olivia Bronshausen, Annabelle Bucciconi, and Taylor Mannion will all participate in the U18 National Festival. And the 09s that will play the 16-17 camp and have a chance to advance to the U18 National Festival: Hadley Baker, JC Chatlin, Audrey Davis, Taylor Hall, Kennedy Hochbaum, Delaney Miller, Jaden Peterson, Hazel Schenkelberg, Kayla Starr, Reese Unklesby. Those are the forwards: Noelle Noble, Taylor Schreifels, Maisie Tomlinson, Adley Vignes, and Josie Vernig. The defenders: Viv Anderson, Isla Mae Draheim, Finley Engfer, and Kaya Weiland. The goaltenders: there's your Kayla Starr from Edina to Jefferson, and now she's a national camp pick. How about that?
I love it. What a perfect timing for her. She's uncommitted, and now she'll get to go out and be seen.
I don't know how much longer she's going to be uncommitted.
Yeah, that's my point. That's why I love to hear it.
Yeah. Boys HP 16 nationals. Here are the forwards: Braden Branton. We just talked about Braden Branton. Jackson Cook, Gentry Academy.
I mean, they couldn't keep him out of national camp, could they?
Branton?
Yeah, they couldn't.
Lead the
you can't.
Lead the camp in scoring.
You're in. Sorry.
I think you punched your own ticket there. Although, no, never mind. I'm not going to say although yet. John Grammer, Gage Kalhoff, Owen Kraft, Easton Lee, Paxton Medill, Charlie Marvin, Zane Medlin, Wesley Truax, and Tristan Will. Wesley Truax, another Bemidji player.
Yeah, he
making some noise.
Really good
on a national
By the way,
stage.
a lot of Bantams. You're reading off a lot of Bantams. Again,
a few.
A few? What are you talking about? Easton Lee, Bantam.
Lee, Kraft,
Charlie,
and
Marvin, Kraft.
So 3.
No, there was another. Branton.
4.
I mean, that's a good list.
Yeah, it's a good list.
Yeah.
The defenders: Jake Burmis, Max Butters, Avon Huntvet, Dylan Knox, Drew Corton, Henry Larilla, Logan Petronak, and Nikolai Zukov. One goaltender.
Oh, Henry Larilla, another Bantam.
It's another example of
Bantams. I'm telling you, play Bantams. Play Bantams.
It's another example of patience.
I'm not saying unequivocally everybody should play Bantams. I'm just saying if it's a bubble situation, play Bantams. Don't play JV.
Well, play where you're going to play.
Play where you're going to play.
Play where you're going to play.
Exactly.
Henry Larilla, another example of patience.
Yeah.
As the 6th defenseman on the 24-25 team.
Yeah.
Then
became the man.
He was on the first D pairing, 25-26. He's a USHL draft pick now, and now he's going to national camp. So it is okay to be a 5th or 6th defender on a team. That's okay. Luke Sherlock, the lone goaltender, headed off to national camp from Grand Rapids. Boys HP Nationals, these are the 09s. Gavin Anderson, Connor DeBoer, Channing Goodwin, Cash Hardy, Owen Conrad, Tyler Potter, Nash Road, Cole Swanson, and Caden Zasada. The defenders: Tate Batchelor, Drew Botts, Lance Conan, Jack Lonke, and Elliot Schultz. You really like Drew Botts out of this group.
I do. I if you could hear the recording from the previous show, I
5 straight minutes about Drew Botts.
Oh man, I love the guys that, inch by inch, brick by brick, slowly but surely get better and better every year.
Yep.
And I'm not saying he was even bad when he was a squirt, because he was in the brick. He played in the brick, and he did all the things, the blades and Edina. But now I'm starting to see it go from inches to feet every time I feel like I'm seeing more and more of his game improve, which is fun to watch.
Cade Nystrom is the lone
goaltender. Good kid. I actually sat and watched a period or a half. They saw it with his dad during the
yeah.
game, and it was fun to just kind of catch up with him and watch Cade play and see his game go where it's
Cade,
going.
I get a real kick out of Cade because he's one of the tripod of kids who played single A Bantams for Minnetonka and then went to Shattuck St. Mary's.
Yes.
The next. Ben Sorensen, Bo Skelton, and Caden Nystrom went from Bantam A to Shattuck.
It's cool.
It is cool. I just think it's funny that single A's to
But it's
to
good
Shattuck
though. I
St.
mean,
Mary's.
that's how deep we are here. We have players that are playing Bantam A and getting better and getting the puck on their stick, you know. So I'm sure Cade Nystrom got plenty of rubber his Bantam A year. So
You'll throw Drew Botts out as your personal favorite. I'll throw Gavin Anderson from Warren.
Ah.
That's an easy personal favorite, but he's just so much fun to watch.
yeah,
So much
I
fun to
mean,
watch.
and he's I hate to say one of the nicest kids you'll ever meet. Just he's a fishing guide. Whatever college hockey program gets him, and some college hockey program will get him, they'll get a kid who's super fast, super driven, comes from a great family. I mean, 10 out of 10. I hope he doesn't hear this because I don't want to make his head too big.
If he,
But he's earned everything he's gotten.
he's one of those kids where if he's in college long enough, he'll wear a letter by the time he leaves.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We could also toss out one more example of patience. Do you want one more example of patience?
I love patience. I love it.
Lance Conan.
Yes.
Lance Conan, who has Woodbury Hockey Club, Woodbury area, the youth association, to East Ridge, and has never really been a flight risk. And it seemed to work out for him. He's been to multiple national camps, pure athlete. He looks really good when he's matched up with the best in the country. He's a really, really good player. He measures up really well.
By far the best Conan. By far.
I mean, I wouldn't say that.
By far. You listening out there, Conans? By far the best one. I'm kidding. I like those guys. Good family.
Congratulations to all players that are moving on to the USA Hockey National Camps. It is a great opportunity, not just on the ice. Please make friends with kids from other places. Trade Snapchats, trade phone numbers, start building that network now, because if you want to work in hockey when your playing career is over, whenever that is, you're never too young to start making friends who might end up as coaches or GMs or scouts or what have you. So start building that network, get out of your Minnesotan bubble, make some new friends. That's what this is all about.
There it is for HP. All right, final thoughts going into the summer. We got a lot of girls hockey over the next 3-4 weeks. I have NAIF. I have NAIF Combine. I have Park City, Utah. But before that, I go to Edmonton. So a lot of girls hockey over the next 21 days, month pretty much. Throw in a little 4th of July there too. I'm looking forward to a lot of it. You have Las Vegas again, 2 years in a row. Is this 2 years or 3 years?
This is 2 years in a row, my third time overall.
Third time. Oh, did you go back with like the 09s or the 10s? The 10s.
No, I was there with the 08s.
08? Boys? Girls?
Girls. What birth year is Aubrey Finn? Because Kyle Finn was a coach.
Tens.
Okay. It was 10s.
Yeah.
It was the last year that they played the girls' tournament at the Las Vegas Ice Center and the boys' tournament at the City National Arena.
They finally figured that out. That was bad look.
Yeah. That looked really bad.
Really bad.
One facility's really nice. The other's Las Vegas Ice Center.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
Yeah, that was with the 2010s. That's right. Because Mia Daly and Jane Daly were on that Boston Junior Bruins team, and they just
dominated.
Yeah, that was tough.
Okay, let's see. I'm looking forward to Edmonton.
Okay.
Wait till you see the Team Minnesota uniforms that we got.
I don't want to hear about the uniforms. I just want to hear about.
I'm going to tell you about
camaraderie.
There'll be camaraderie.
Scoring goals.
I'll just say this: we have an all-black uniform, we have an all-white uniform, all-purple uniform, and all the girls have black helmets, and all girls will have white helmets. So there'll be lots of variations of helmets, and what we will take to the ice. Hopefully, our performance is as good as our uniforms.
What's French for overkill?
I don't know, but it's
Overkill.
We're not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. Once we get purple helmets, then it will be
Oh
overkill.
my gosh!
Then it'll be purple. Don't slow. Hey, don't
stop it.
Don't test me.
I will pat us on the back for bringing multiple colors, though.
Yeah.
Because nothing drives me crazier than the teams who show up with one jersey and just expect everybody else to have multiples.
To acquiesce.
If you're gonna show up with one jersey, make it reversible. This isn't hard.
Yeah,
it's not hard.
So
it should be a great summer.
It should be great. I'm looking forward to it. I got a little vacation, a couple of vacations planned in there. I'm excited. Do you have any vacations planned?
No.
You should plan.
I will miss North American Female Elite
That's not a
Showcase.
vacation, though. Going to a wedding is harder than NAF.
Yeah, it is. I got between now and the last week of September, I have 3 weddings. In 2 of them, which comes with that's a whole nother boatload of responsibilities and outfits, which I've learned. But
which is fantastic because I was on an airplane. We did for our Boston camp. I went out to there. No. I went out to Boston. This is great. Went out to Boston and had to do a site visit at the Providence rink where we are in Cranston, and I'm sitting next to 2 women who are going on a bachelorette party. One was Bridezilla, that's what I called her, and the other was the maid of honor. And they said, "Will you bring up my name? Will you bring up our names on one of your podcasts?" Oh my God! And I said, "If it fits in well." But you just brought it up. You're in a wedding, and you got all the things that go with it. You went to a bachelor party in Mexico.
Yeah.
I never went to a bachelor party in Mexico. The farthest I went for a bachelor party was Brainerd. That was the farthest we ever went back in the 80s. Now you go these destination trips to celebrate and everything. Yep. But I will say this, a shout out to Lauren, who's Bridezilla, and Rika, R-I-C-A, was the maid of honor. And we had a great time on the plane. And we laughed, had some good laughs, we told some good stories. And I normally don't talk to people next to the people on a plane, ever. This was it was the right vibe, and it was fun. And they were fascinated by what Youth Hockey Hub was, and they were looking it up on their phones and looking at our Insta and all that stuff. So I don't think that we didn't trade any information, so they'll never see this. But just in case,
they might.
Shout out to you.
Did you figure out who the bride was?
What do you mean? What?
You learned who the maid of honor was.
No, the bride. I sat next to the bride. The bride and the maid of honor were next to me.
Okay, maybe I just didn't hear that.
The bride is Lauren, and she's 32 and getting married now. And
just a baby.
Just a baby, yeah. So
just a baby.
But I know a lot of the brides, these young kids, like my daughters are young, and they're gonna have these. They're gonna have these trips. I know it.
He's utterly ridiculous.
I'm gonna protest the entire time.
Yeah,
I'll be the grumpy old man. Don't do that. Brainerd's good enough. I think it's a waste of money.
I'm so much younger than you, and even I would say just go to Brainerd.
Waste of money. Like, go to Brainerd, get a hotel.
I was honored to be included. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I was honored to be included in this podcast with you, Peter.
Aww.
Looking forward to a great summer. We'll see everybody around the rink.
You need to stay up out the streets if you can't take the heat. You need to stay up out the streets if you can't take the heat. Cause it get cold like Minnesota.